Oh my goodness, this paint is old. I thought I'd shaken it up enough, but well, some of it's coming off on my hands, so that's good. There we go, it's starting to run. Ah, beautiful acrylic markers. These are fun. I forgot I had these, and I just happened upon. I have them stuffed in with my paintbrushes. A few of these gold acrylic marker pens. So then I have this idea, oh, wouldn't that be great on my drawing? And you know what? It's being a pain. Maybe it won't be. Yeah, I have to like pump the paint and then just kind of gently move it around. It's such a pain. I'm sure once it dries, it'll look good. He likes the video about false individualism. Yeah, I know. It's a big topic. It's too bad you had to miss the live, but good you're here today. Yeah, it was something I've been meaning to talk about for a while. But we talk about these things at the right time, I suppose. The most important thing is that we just get it out. You see all that beautiful sun behind me? It's reflecting off of the building onto the back of my head and neck, and I can feel it. It's just, well, see, there we go. Then I get this like bleeding, big mound of pain. That's not what I wanted it to do. Oh my goodness. Ugh, okay. Oh my goodness. I think I initially bought these to decorate my scooter. I got some like leopard print stencils and I was going to put leopard print on my mobility device. But yeah, I ended up, like, it kept smearing every single time I lifted the stencils. So I kind of decided against that altogether. And then I was kind of like, you know, this isn't going to be as cute as I imagine it to be. I'd rather have something that just looks normal. Topic today. We're just hanging out today. It's a open topic. You're free to suggest a topic, ask any questions. We're just hanging out for a little bit, working on my art, chatting, shooting the breeze. Shooting the breeze, really. Oh my goodness. It is not as beautiful as I imagined it. It does not look as good as my pens, my gold gel pens, I have to say. And it's water based, that's interesting. I'll wait for it to dry and see how it turns out, I think. It can't be ruined. Take this and do it on a flat surface for a moment before putting it back on the easel. Yeah, I think that works a little better. Because being on the easel, it's great, but if you're using anything runny like paint, it can be a disaster. Okay, yeah, this is coming out a bit better. Not perfect, but much better. It's very nice to have a little bit of sun again. I just like daylight savings as much as the next person, but I I do enjoy when it happens and we have these longer days. It's just so, I don't know. It's nice. I feel invigorated to stay up longer and just enjoy myself, really. To linger, to not just go about things in my usual methodical way. Oh, that sounds amazing. That's good. Good for you. I did not clean the whole house. Although I have to say I've been keeping up on my dishes lately, which is an achievement for me. So it's not all bad compared to where I was like last month mentally and to my apartment. It's much better. So hopefully I can keep up the good momentum. I've got groceries ordered, and they're coming tonight. So I won't have to deal with that in the morning. Usually I order them in the morning, but I'm finding they usually end up delivering like right around the time I'm supposed to start work. And it's just this big distraction to deal with all of it, putting it all away. So it'll be nice to have them delivered this evening. Hey, Lord Bibby. Yeah, I need to get more into that, but I have such nice plates. Like, I don't know. Maybe what I need to do is like throw another gathering. I probably should since it is springtime. Maybe it would be nice for me to have a little soiree, have some people come to the building and have a little party. Does that sound nice? I should throw a little party. It's been a long time. I didn't really throw a party for my birthday because it was on a Monday this year, so I didn't feel like kind of going all out for that. Because for me, I need it to be the day of, or it's just not as special. It's like too much. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's usually how it is. One person is like more granola than the other. It's not a bad thing. I mean, yeah, I don't like doing dishes, and but I've been doing okay about keeping up on them this week. Like I haven't let them build up at all. Um, I've been loading them into the dishwasher. I found that that's helpful. If I just prep them and put them in the dishwasher, eventually it's going to fill up and then it'll be good to go. I'll just need to set it and forget it. I have a plan here and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be incredible. I will become the domestic goddess that I know God created me to be. And then it's over. I know, I don't know how to do it either. Suck. I don't know how to do it either. I hate when I go into like a chat and people are all tagging me and I'm like, how they did that? I don't know how they did that. Why would I do it? How did they do that? Like I have no idea. It's like you want to return the favor, and make them feel special too. But all right, almost ready to put it back on the easel. I have to say, yeah, this acrylic paint looks way uglier than my gold gel pens. Yes, it looks way uglier, but it is nice to use different medium. Where did I put the cap? Oh, there it is. Okay. Do you know when you do it that it is highlighted for the other person? Because I've typed out the names right before. It worked? Okay. So, okay, maybe I've just had a complex this whole time because I don't see it on my end when I'm on my phone. So I'll be writing out somebody's name and I'm like, did they get that? Why does it do that to us? Why won't it highlight for us too? But I guess that makes sense because it wouldn't be good for everybody to be able to see the highlight. It's only supposed to go to the one person. I've been all insecure about this for years. But now my insecurity is over. I can walk into tomorrow with my head held high. Ugh. Lord Vivi is so helpful. I can send you the screenshot just now as proof. Wow. No, we believe you. At least I believe you. I don't know. I'm not going to answer for you, Seth. If you want to get your screenshot, you get on it. Oof. There we go. We're filling it up. One more. There we go. Okay. Yes, perfect. I know. Yes. It's the little things in life, right? It's just those little things. Just the little things that make the world a much happier place. Well, definitely tomorrow will be a new day. I got this weird text message from like a recruiter, and that's not odd. It's not odd for me to get contacted by like recruiters just because of the industry I'm in, and I am plugged into certain places to have that happen, but I've never gotten a text message from anyone. And that immediately to me was suspect because I'm like not into texting in a professional capacity, really. I don't like to rely on it as a means of communication. Especially not at first with a company. Later on, once you meet people, you're established, it's like, okay, maybe there are circumstances where I would text my supervisor, like if I couldn't get on for some reason, or if I were sick or something. But generally speaking, it's not something that I think is very professional. So it was weird to me. I was immediately suspect about it. So I'm just going to ignore them. And then I got contacted by another recruiter today via email. And it was for an in-office position. And I'm like, why would I leave? Why would I stop working from home to go work in an office in the suburbs? Like, not only do I have to be out in the office, it's in the suburbs, not the city. It's weird. I don't know. Like, who are these people? Why are they messaging me? It's a red flag for sure. I'm not trusting it. That's not trustworthy. What kind of legitimate, like, that's scandalous. A legitimate person wouldn't be doing that. They would they might call you before they do that. But people are suspicious on the phone sometimes too, myself included. But I do get frustrated sometimes when I have to call people and they're like extra suspicious, and I'm like repeating again and again what I'm calling them about and why. But anyway, if they answer, a lot of the times they don't anyway. So anyway, weird worlds. Weird worlds. Ooh, I forgot about that paint. So quiet stream today. You know what? I was gonna put something on to watch. I totally forgot. you asked me about the topic. I forgot I was just gonna like, since we're chilling, I was gonna put something on. Okay, I'm getting it queued up for us. Yeah. That depends on who I'm talking to. I can talk to some people like forever, and then other people just not interesting at all. It just depends. Okay. Okay. So put this on. This is the young ones. The interesting.
Once in every lifetime comes a love like this. Oh, I need you, you need me. Oh, my darling, can't you see? Young one, darling, with a young one. A young one shouldn't be afraid to live, love. There's a song to be sung.
That is valid. You are valid.
Come on, Neil, come on. Stick it on top of the fridge. Hurry up. Michael will be here in a minute. No, wrong direction. Yeah, fridge. Just stick it up on the top. Up on the top. Quickly. Oh, terrific.
Oh, Bex, come on.
Yes, I noticed, yes. That's Michael's television.
No, baby, I've loved this show since I was a teen. I like found there was like this website. It was like a blog that these two girls who were Anglophiles they did together. I guess it wasn't a blog, it was before blogs even. And they had a bunch of fandom stuff, like all their favorite things. And one thing that they wrote about was the young ones. So I ended up kind of, I think a couple months later, going into a shop and seeing that they had a DVD set of the young ones for sale. So I bought it. And then, obviously I was hooked since then. I've loved this show since I was a kid. So you've seen it before, and Hake knows about it too. See, I knew it. I was like, I knew it. Like, I was like, he's into a lot of stuff. Like, I'm new to like watching any of them. So it's just kind of interesting to, see things about their personalities and stuff, but that's interesting. Like, yeah. Hey, and the episode is called Interesting. I love this episode.
Well, what
I
do you
love
think,
Mike.
Pretty tidy, eh? Not a bad job. Seeing as how it took 16 hours of continuous hard labor without a break and without much help from certain people who will remain nameless, i.e. Vivian and Neil.
I resent that.
Oh, shut up, Neil. You never stop talking, do you? That's what's got in the way of all the work this afternoon.
All right. It's not bad. Not bad at all. What's that on the carpet?
Yeah, that's Vivian's job.
Yes.
Like that and making the punch. He said like he's only got to do 2 jobs because he hasn't got many friends,
What's you on about, Neil? He's got loads of friends.
Oh, yes, but apparently he doesn't like any of them.
Is that why you haven't done anything all afternoon, Neil? Because you haven't got any friends either.
That's not true, Rick. You know I've got a friend.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. And actually, he's going to be here very, very soon.
Well, he'd better get a move on if he doesn't want to miss the party. We're talking about 15 minutes and counting.
15 minutes? Look, this is Vivian's job. We're never going to be ready in time. I'm right here.
Never seen
I
that.
thought the vacuum cleaner looked a bit on the tentative side, so I'll suit it up a bit. That's very good, Vivian. Although it could be very bad. Depends how you look at it, I suppose. Not so good if you're a bit of dirt. But then again, there is. Shall I do it then? That would seem the only reasonable course. That's absolutely brilliant. You can't get any cleaner than that. You've destroyed a large section of the floor. Cleaned it, Michael, cleaned it. We quibble over terms. Suffice it to say that cleaner is one hell of a sucker. And I don't mean it's easily fooled. Yeah, certainly can suck.
Stop it, Vivian, stop it!
Seems to have stopped already. The bag must be full. Go, son. I better empty it.
Wow. Neil, nice one, man. Since Glastonbury, how are you, man?
Well, I've just been sucked up by a runaway vacuum cleaner, but then someone tried to knife me. But apart from that, it's really terrible, actually.
Bummer.
Yeah, big bummer. Haven't you got any decent food?
Neil, who is this? What is it doing?
Oh, well, this is Neil, Rick. Neil. Just please don't bring him down.
It's a hippie,
right?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell it to get out, for heaven's sake. This isn't a youth hostel, you know.
Neil, my barely adequate psychic defences are crumbling.
Look, just tell it to get out, for heaven's sake.
But this is worse than my birthday.
You looking for me?
Hey, big boy, looking for some action?
A dime for coffee would save my life.
You want to drink with me? It helps you forget.
I've been picked up by the cops so many times gone by. They grill you for an hour and they say you're gonna fry. I've been scandalized and purified and cut up with a knife. Oh, I've just got to catch up with my life.
Where is he?
Probably gone off down the shops to get some decent food, Neil.
You vaporised my only friend, haven't you, Vivian?
No, I haven't.
Vivian, that is the domestic equivalent of a black hole. You are not to use it. Yeah, but Mike, you're not to use it.
Puff.
How was it for you, darling?
Electric.
This is The Young Ones. It's one of my favorite shows.
Don't eat the cornflakes, Rick. There's only one each.
You haven't even started making the lentil nibbles.
Oh, yeah, look, about the lentil nib. I know I mentioned the idea, in embryo, but I could only get wooden cocktail sticks, and I don't think it's fair that all those trees should die just for our party.
Oh, and I suppose it's okie dokie if a few hundred students die of starvation because you couldn't be bothered to do your share, Neil.
There's plenty
Oh
of
no,
other
is it, did they come for me? They came for me? I've stopped it, it's over. Oh, I can't even play a video that's on YouTube already. It was okay when it was just one of us. Well, anyway, you'll have to find it and watch it yourself. The episode is called Interesting, and it gets very interesting. So, how sad. We watched an episode on Halloween. I streamed it. Maybe they're coming for me. They don't like all the truth I'm telling. They don't like, you know, the fact that I am awakening consciousness with my streams. They want to suppress me. So when I try to have a lighthearted and fun time on the channel, that's when they come. I mean, that must be it, right? I wonder when it will be in the public domain. When will that be? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We'll be okay. We'll manage. We can talk to one another. I don't get a warning on my end when that happens, so I appreciate you telling me. I am ready for some warm weather, I tell you. You were the only one left? What? What? They're so, yeah. I'm tired of being policed by robots. Excuse me? Is this what defund the police has led to? Now they've just gotten rid of real cops and replaced them with robots, and they're policing our internet behavior. What about my freedom? Oh, ow, ow, ow. They police the British TV content because it's better. Why am I being punished? The young ones came out in like the early 80s. It was on TV before I was even alive. What a shame. It's the BBC. They're coming for me. And the young ones have so many funny little BBC jokes. They don't want that out there. They don't want the public to see how they were mocked decades prior. They don't want the truth out. Alas. Lord Bibby was mentioning Welcome Back Cotter, which I've never seen. Something about John Travolta. Oh yeah, you weren't here when I was talking about it. Okay, so how I got into the young ones was, it was way back in the day. I was a teenager. I had to be like 16 or 17 at the time. Back in the day online, there were all these people who had different websites, and, I'd find them in different ways. But there was this Anglophile website run by two women that were friends, and they posted a lot of stuff they were fans about, and they would fangirl over things that they were into. I got into the young ones through their website, and also the band Pulp, because they made fun of that band a lot too, or they used that in their kind of little gags and things they did. So I read about the young ones on that website. And then, I think a few months later or so, I was at one of those media stores in the mall. It was maybe Suncoast, I think is what they were called. Suncoast. I think so. And I saw a DVD set of the 2 seasons of the young ones that came out, and I bought it. It was probably $20 at the time. Bought it, took it home, and I fell in love with it. It was just so good. You remember Suncoast? It took me a minute to remember it. I was like, what was the name of that place? Suncoast in the Diamond Center Mall. I loved going all the way out there. It was on the other side of Anchorage, which is a massive city. I'd go out there, meet up with friends and shop, and they had everything there. The mall itself was great, had all kinds of cool stores. But then they also in that area had Mammoth Music, which actually ended up moving into the mall, which was an independent music store. They also sold instruments, and that's where I got my guitar from that I used to play. I actually ended up selling it 2016. I got rid of it. I realized I wouldn't play it anymore, so I sold it. But I got my guitar at that. But they sold, music as well. So I would go out there, and in their old storefront that was a few blocks away from the actual Diamond Center where they used to be. They sometimes would have shows there, local shows. So I saw a couple, they had a couple of bands have their record release parties, local bands. And then, they also have a big value village out there. So me and my friends we'd hit up all that. And then there was the Denny's in that area too. It was fun times, being young, being into all that stuff. So anyway, I got into the young ones that way. I think I got into a lot of stuff, a lot of the bands I got into, I had learned about online. Back in the day, on LiveJournal, there were these, you could put in your profile, these different things that you're into. And so I learned about a lot of bands by just looking, at bands I liked and seeing other people who liked them and checking out their pages and what bands they liked. It was a way for me to learn about a lot of music. And then, of course, just like these kind of websites that so many people had, like personal websites. It was an interesting time on the internet. I find it amazing. Like the internet really is dead compared to what it was like decades previously. It's just gotten more, I just don't go to the same number of websites anymore. And like the creativity is gone. And it's like these big corporate websites, that I visit. I don't visit all these like little independent ones. Fox Valley Mall. Yes, the Denny's. And that was the goth Denny's. There were like a few different nighttime diners in Anchorage, but Denny's on Diamond was where the goths went. And it was amazing. I remember at the time, like I didn't drink coffee. So like everybody would get mugs of coffee and I still would be like ordering a hot chocolate. I usually would get like a hot chocolate and mozzarella sticks, which to my mind now is so disgusting. Like, ew. What was I thinking? Ugh. Oh, the ways it was. And then there was also like a Borders Books and Music over there too. So we go there for like magazines and stuff. I ended up dating someone who worked there too, which was, is that how I met him? Maybe I met him through a friend actually. Yeah. Well, and I remember I have this picture somewhere in like one of my photo albums, but I snapped a picture of one of my friends by one of the street posts, and somebody around Anchorage was putting up signs that were printed off that said, "Your dog was delicious." Just all over town. So I got a picture of one of my friends next to one of the signs. And it was like, yeah, it's a very good photo. It's one of the ones I'm more proud of because I was into photography at the time. I had taken a couple years of photography classes in high school, and we had a really cool lab there. So, I begged my father for a manual camera for Christmas one year, and he got it for me. And I had gotten into like doing film. This was like right before film went out too. So that picture is really nice. It's really well shot. And then I also would take Polaroids. I really got into like Polaroid photography. So I have a bunch in my collection of just these random Polaroids of like things around Anchorage and stuff. And I did it a bit when I moved down here, but once I had to start paying all my own bills and rent and all of that, photography became a very expensive habit, and it had to go to the wayside a bit. And then, film has just kind of been replaced, which is too bad because it does have a certain quality to it. Alas, pure evil. What part? What do you mean? Oh, are you talking about me having to pay rent and bills? I agree. Pure evil. Why? Why must I be afflicted in this way? But yeah, I remember I got into like a few things that way. I got into like French and Saunders that way. There, I think I got my French and Saunders DVD at that Suncoast as well. Um, I even think it was like in a clearance then. I was like, oh, I recognized it because I knew Jennifer Saunders from Absolutely Fabulous. And I'd known about Dawn French, although I wasn't really familiar with her work. But I got a DVD of their like skits, and they're hilarious too. I really do like them as a duo, and it had the first Absolutely Fabulous skit on it, which was actually on French and Saunders. And it's basically Dawn is playing the character that would later be played by what's her name, Julia? Is it? There's two sisters. I can never get them. I get them mixed up, I should say. But anyway, yeah, I had that first skit, and then it had this other funny skit, or it had a number of funny skits. I mean, they're funny, so. For all those who think that women can't be funny out there, we definitely can, and definitely are. Mm, mm. Yeah. I remember we had I can't believe I used to have to carry around my camera separate from my phone, separate from my music. Like, I used to go around with a camera and a Walkman. That's a lot. Like, we used to have to carry around a lot if we wanted to be entertained. Now I don't need any of that. I just need my phone and and some headphones. A Sony Compact. Oh my. I don't remember the brand. I had a number of them because, sometimes they would die because they would fall and break open. On the icy roads. Yeah, but to my mind now, it just amazes me. Like, I would never carry around that much, right? Now as I did in my youth. And I carried around CDs. Like, I would carry around my camera, my bag, which had like my CD player and a like whole thing of CDs. Like, I had a case that I would carry around with me that had maybe about like 18 CDs in it, just in case I couldn't handle listening to one album. I could change it as I. Kids these days don't know what we went through, man. They don't know. They don't know the struggle. I could have had saddlebags now. Yeah, I mean, no wonder we're so much weaker than previous generations. We don't have to carry around as much stuff. They were strong and fit just because they were carrying so much. I mean, imagine what it must have been like when they had to carry around like a record player, a portable record player. That must have been hell. And imagine if you wanted to change the record. Oh no, not a Jan sport. Oh my. That's the real look of the 90s, you know. When I see this kind of like, 90s and aughties, what's the word I'm looking for? Like throwback style fashion. I'm like, where's the backpack? Where's all the other accessories? Although it's, yeah, I mean, I remember in the earlier like 90s, those tiny little backpacks were really popular. And they weren't very functional at all, obviously. But they were those little backpacks you would wear on your back. I wonder about those. Like, can I get one of those? A trapper keeper full of baseball cards. No, you still have your trapper keeper. My goodness. This is funny, thinking about things that. Yeah, the sign was hilarious. Your dog was delicious. Like, why? Oh my goodness. And, after I moved, they got a Target out there too. Thank God it wasn't there when I was there. I never would have left. Good old Anchorage. Yeah. And yeah, my friend and I were at the vintage market too this weekend. One thing I noticed was this puffy vest. The kind of like zip up puffy vests, winter vests that you wear over your clothing. I remember that I had one in Anchorage, and like it was my staple. I think the winter I was 18, I would wear like a hoodie under it, and I had this one sweater hoodie that was pretty warm. It was wool that I would wear, and then I would have that over it. And actually, it was pretty warm that year. Anyway, yeah, I found one there. It was this really interesting blue color, but I don't know. I'm not about that anymore. I'm not about that look anymore. I can't do the puffy vest anymore. It's not for me. That time has gone. But it was just funny because I was imagining myself as a younger woman and how I like looked, and I was just like, oh my goodness, if she could see me now. Oh, they put a Target in Bolingbrook. A Panera Bread and an Oberweis. I've never heard of Oberweis ice cream parlor. I could do it. I could, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. I'm not into it anymore, That time has passed. I do not want to dress like I did when I was a teenager. I was making some interesting choices back then, I have to say. I mean, although I didn't have like the options that, I would have had if I were like an adult woman. It just wasn't, yeah. There we go. Hmm. There with the furry boots and leggings. I don't have any furry boots. I know I should have some boots with the fur. I mean, what kind of millennial am I if I don't have boots with the fur? But I don't wear jeans either, so. Leggings. I don't have any leggings. I don't have any leggings. I don't have a chimney and I don't have any leggings. I'm kind of against wearing leggings actually. Like it doesn't, I don't think they're I don't think they're right. I think a lady should, wear pants. Or tights under a dress or skirt. The leggings are just, yeah. I did have a pair. I had one pair of black leggings that I had for many, many years, and I just recently threw them away. So, leggings are not a part of my life anymore. They haven't been. And I don't see them coming back. It's a little too basic, It's just a little bit too basic. I have a kind of, I just have like style rules, I guess, and leggings just don't meet the requirements for how I will go out in public. Leggings. Yeah, I mean, well, I wear pants too, but I prefer to wear like trousers, something more feminine, something more flowy, maybe. I don't really, I want it to look, I want to have a more feminine appearance. So I find leggings to be just a little bit, basic and I don't go out looking basic. Anytime I go out, I want to look my best. If I'm leaving my apartment building, my neighbors might see me with my slippers on, but I'm still going to be dressed nice. If I leave that door, I'm going to be looking right. That's just, so I don't go out in like things that are, I'm comfortable with what I'm wearing, but I dress for style, not comfort. I dress for fashion, not function, if that makes sense. I prioritize one over the other. And I'd rather be a little bit more uncomfortable running my errands, knowing that I'm looking my best and bringing my best self out into the world when I go out and interface with people. So that's just my philosophy about that. So leggings don't fit that life. Leggings are, they don't communicate the message I'm trying to convey with my appearance, Impression is everything. So I try to make a good impression when I go out. And yeah, I do approve of dresses as well. Yeah, I prefer wearing dresses. I would wear them every day, honestly. I usually do. But it has been cold, so, and I did wear trousers today. I have my striped trousers on. But yeah, not a basic, classic, not basic. Okay, that's my philosophy. Be classic, don't be basic, Classic is elegant, it's elevated, it's, it never goes out of style. basic is kind of, samey. It's not for me, you know. I was not given all this by the good Lord to hide it under a bushel. It's got to shine. So I got to do my best with what I've been given, We just were learning about this last week in Bible study. It was the parable of the talents, when Jesus talks about, the master giving his servants the talents and asking them to invest them for him. And then when he comes back, the first two have doubled, the talents they were given. And then the last one just buried his, So I think, we have to be kind of aware of where we've been gifted, what we've been gifted, and try to maximize that. So I look a certain way as a person. What is the best way I can maximize that, That's just my philosophy. Yeah, I don't understand that. That's so common with the Gen X slacker generation, really. This is part of it. But yeah, for me, I dress up every day. Why not? Every day I want to look good. We don't know how long we have on this planet. Why would I not dress up? I don't feel good about myself when I'm not dressed up. I don't feel like my best self is coming out when I'm not maximizing it. I don't know. It ain't for me. I'm extra. Yeah, women will do that to the guy. Okay. Thanks for hanging out, but I gotta go. It's time. I just mentioned Bible study, but it's about to happen. So I have to get out of here and log into my church's website so that I can attend that. So I hope you have a good evening. Matthew, thank you for being here. S.A. Brady, Lord Bibby, and Seth were also in the chat. Shout out to them. I hope everybody has a good evening, and I'll see you next time.